Do you know why some people don't like motivational speakers or inspirational speakers? I'll tell you something. I was also in a situation where I was like, okay, I used to enjoy them. I'd be like, okay, these guys are preaching certain things, and I'm like, okay, I'm enjoying them. Then time reached, I'm like, okay, what are these people even talking about? Like, they're just wasting our time. They're speaking things that, do they even understand what they are speaking, or they're just speaking things? Are they on the ground? That's why people be like, oh, man, they go ground, no. I understand because I've been in that situation where I'm like, okay, I used to understand them, and in most cases, that's how life happens. First, you're like, oh, this people actually speaking something sense, and you're like, it makes sense. Then, after some time, probably you try out what they're saying, and you're like, but is what they're saying true? Does it work or it doesn't? Let me tell you this: as someone who has been in that situation, those things work. The only thing that the energy or the level they are speaking it at, you're not yet there for you to think things are all about that's what you think. That's why when you read the holy scriptures or the Bible, they'll tell you, oh, Jesus was like, the people who are tired, come to me, those who are tired, they're tired, they're weary, come to me and I will rest you. So that's how those people are, like the motivation and inspiration people. If you're not tired, you'll wonder, you'll ask yourself, why do people still go back to church? Why do people still go back and pray? Those are questions I also used to ask myself. I'm like, people have prayed for like 10 years, nothing is changing, and they are still praying. The same thing with motivational speakers. That's why people get tired and they run out of that place, because they be like, things don't work. But remember, you're not yet at that level. So you're still in that age whereby that's why they'll be like, if it's not yet your time, however much you do anything, however much, nothing will happen because it's not yet your time. Then the challenge comes through of how do I know my time? That's when the prayer comes through. You get, that's why you teach your kids to pray, to talk, so that they remember in the days when things are hard, they will know that, okay, there is this verse probably in this book, the Bible, that tells us, okay, even that in the shadow of death, God will be there. So they will remember those things bit by bit. It's not that it will be there, but they will remember. That's why they'll be like, okay, train the child so that they can never depart from those ways. You get, that's what also happens. I used to watch and I was like, okay, these people are speaking. But then till I realized that actually perhaps their skill or method doesn't work for you. And so you're supposed to look at some other thing that works for you. That's why people move from church to church to church to church. But the good thing, let's say for Muslims, they don't go from different mosques. I don't know if they do that, but I know Christians move from church to church to church. Still realize that whatever you're looking for, actually, that some pastor is going to do something that's going to trigger me. Like, I think this pastor is not for me. Then you go to another church. Yet the problem is you're supposed to work on yourself. You ask yourself why you're not understanding what this person is telling you. That's the only thing. That's why you'll be like, okay, perhaps I'm not understanding. Maybe it's not my time. You see the things that I'm talking about right now. However much you want, your soul might want to know these things. It's okay. You can keep learning. But then, however much, if it's not your time, you won't understand what I'm talking about. You won't. But till you get to understand, I know you can listen, but then you listen as you pray to God to give you that grace. That's why you need God, whatever you believe in, to get that grace so that you're patient, so that you know your time. Actually, also knowing your time is very crucial. But then how are you going to know that when you don't pray, when you don't prayer in any way you call prayer? I don't mind whatever, as long as you're praying. Prayer is like talking to yourself. That's it. So in whatever way, how are you going to know that if you're not talking to yourself, you're not praying, you're not listening to yourself? You get. So I was still telling you how I didn't believe what they were saying till I realized that actually everyone has a different persona. Everyone is different. People understand different. Perhaps for you, that person was a motivational speaker, and you didn't need a motivational speaker. You did it as an inspirational speaker, because some of these things are already known. But then you still doubt. You're like, okay, does this thing work? Does it work? You just need someone to tell you actually it works, and you're good to go. Then there are these people that be like, okay, does this thing work? Will it work? Then you need that. But then to go, those are all stages. Till you become done, you be like, do you know what? I'm fed up of this world. So that's a whole stage. Was I'm fed up. So when you're fed up, that's when you go into the church, and that's when God will come in. When you're fed up, be like, I'm tired. I've done all these things. I've worked hard, I've done everything the motivational speaker told me, I've done everything. That's when you let God. You let God to come and take control. You give in. That's why they be like, Jesus was like, I came for people who are tired. If you're not tired, God will never work it. If you still think you're in control, you'll never see God. If you still think you're in control, that you can do work around these things, you'll never. Even the people that are in control, that probably have mastered the energies up, they still let the universe decide, because they know that whatever the universe decides is going to be for their own good. And that's what God is. Like, till you be like, you surrender to the universe, you surrender to God, that's when things work out. You wonder that you be like, I had given up, I was like, I'm done, and that's when the miracle happened, because you gave way for God to work. But then if you still think that you're the one supposed to make yourself rich, you still think that you're one who controls the business, you still think that you're one who controls this, you'll always be in that survival mode. You're working so hard. Sometimes you just have to let go. That's why when these guys were on that boat, or like they were in the sea, Jesus was sleeping as these guys were calling, Jesus, there is a storm. Jesus was just sleeping, because you're still struggling. That's why when you woke up, I was like, do you know that you just had to calm yourself, to calm the storm is just to calm yourself. That's what it means. Calm your mind, like calm your mind, so that you're not affected by the environment, and that's when God will come in. So to understand some of these messages, you have to be very tired. Some people actually are tired souls from the beginning, like from the word go, they are really tired. Like someone wakes up and like they are really tired, and like, of just said that they and you're tired because they have been here before. They have been here a lot, like on earth. They have reincarnated so many times, so they're already tired. So they came into this world when they're already tired souls. Then there are new souls, or the fresh souls. Some of them, those are the hyper energetic, and it's okay, it's valid. But then also these ones, if they're working on energies that they don't understand, because they don't know the genesis of how all these things. That's why people be like, okay, take your kids to church, do these things, and actually some people won't do any of these things and things will work out. But they won't do any of these things and things work out. But remember, those people, when you look at them, because they are not bad people, they are good people. Like things are going to work out for people who are good. Like they are good people. I'm telling you, if people are evil, and that's the first person, then the next generation won't survive. Like their kids or grandkids won't survive. But then if they are good, and they are good, real good, their kids will also survive, because they're like a new soul. So new souls, things are supposed to work out. So if they're not working out, why aren't they working out? Probably your parents had to do something and they didn't do something, so you're supposed to start afresh. You get what I'm saying? So that's how everything works. You have to just go study yourself and be like, okay, am I really tired? Perhaps you're not yet tired enough. Perhaps you haven't. Perhaps you still believe that religion is going to give you something. But then to understand the holy books, you're supposed to read it with other books. You can't read it alone and understand. That's why Jesus said he used parables. Not everyone would understand what he said. You get so go read, how can I understand the Bible? That's why people go to pray. But then some of these people that you're listening to get wrong translations, and you take it by word, but they're also just picking what they've understood. That's why you have to go back and try to understand it by yourself. So if you fail to understand it by yourself, keep exploring, keep searching for the truth. I know one day you'll get the truth. You'll find out the truth, because the truth is already within you. Nothing they are going to tell you is new. That's why when I come and speak here, I'm not speaking anything new. I'm just probably reminding you. If I speak something and resonates, you'll be like, yeah, I knew it, I do it, I did it, you see. So I'm just sparking something that's already new. I'm not going to tell you anything new. Nothing is new. That's why probably you'll be like, these motivational speakers are just speaking words. They are not. Those things are true. Those things are real. But just have to understand the point from where they're coming from. Perhaps it worked for them and it won't work for you. So find what works for you. You get what I'm saying? And in most cases, you're supposed to just explore, keep exploring. There is always time. The universe gives us chances to explore and try out these things. But you only pray for the grace, so that you're exploring in your time. Because you might explore when it's past time. Though there is no past time, if it's past your time, your kids will always come and start from there. Peace.